Good morning and once again welcome to my YouTube channel, Maths with Ease by Mr. Kamotho. And in this video I want us to continue sharpening our skills in sketching curves. And in this one we are supposed to sketch the graph of y is equals to 4x minus 2x squared minus 3 and find the coordinates of the turning point. Turning point is a keyword there. And write down the equation of its line of symmetry. Another line of symmetry is a keyword. Now, to sketch the curves, we know it is always very critical that we know the solutions or the critical values of a quadratic equations, or rather the solutions. And we only solve this quadratic equation when y is equals to 0, or rather the x-axis intercept, which are called the solutions or the roots of a quadratic equation. They will always be found when x itself is equals to 0. And when we do this, we rearrange the terms with the first term with x squared minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 3 is equals to 0. And because it can prove tough to get some terms using the factorization method, I decided to use the quadratic formula here. And we have minus b, which is minus 4, plus or minus the root of 4 squared, b squared minus 4ac. You can see our a is negative 2 and our c is minus 3. Having done that, and everything over 2a, where is 2 times minus 2, which is minus 4. We have evaluated now 4 times minus 2 times minus 3 is negative 24, and 16 minus 24 is negative 8. And we realize that negative 8 is under the root, and it is actually the discriminant. And because we know when the discriminant b squared minus 4ac is always less than 0, then we have no solutions. And no solution means the graph does not cross the x-axis. It does not even touch the x-axis. That is number one. It means we have no solutions here. Now we go to the other features of the quadratic equation. Now that you can already see that the a itself is less than 0, when a itself is less than 0 because it is negative 2, then we have a shape which is N shape of the graph. Our graph is going to have N shape. At the same time, we need now to get the y-axis intercept. The y-axis intercept, the y-axis intercept, that is where the graph cuts the y-axis. It does so when x itself is equals to 0. And you can see y is equals to 0, minus 0, minus 3. Y is equals to minus 3. So it cuts the y-axis at the point 0, minus 3. So even when we are constructing or sketching this curve, we should be able to know this is negative 3. That is 1 point. That is the y-axis intercept. We have no solutions, so our graph does not cut the x-axis. The graph is N-shape, so we expect our graph to be so much on this quadrant. But what about the turning point? For us to get the turning point, we have to complete the square of that particular equation, and it is like minus 2x plus 2x squared plus 4x minus 3. To complete the square, we have to ensure that the coefficient of x squared is 1. So we get negative 2 outside. We get negative 2 outside. And we have x squared minus 2x. Close the bracket. Negative 3 is not going to be affected by negative 2. So completing the square, we have minus 2x minus 1 squared minus 1 squared, close the major bracket, minus 3. And when we want to open this major bracket, we have minus 2 x minus 1 squared, and we are going to have negative 2 times negative 1 is actually plus 2. Plus 2 minus 3, we have 2x minus 1 squared negative 1. And this one is already in the form of a x plus p squared plus q. So the turning point, so to speak, is actually minus pq. And what is minus p? Our p is negative 1. So minus negative 1 is 1. And you can see q is negative 1. So we have the turning point at the point 1, negative 1. If we say this is 1, then we are going to have negative 1 there. This is the turning point, 1, negative 1. And because our graph is a U shape, an N shape rather, then we have our curve looking like that. Our curve is looking like that. And the very last step of that question is to write the equation of the line of symmetry. The equation of the line of symmetry, or rather the line of symmetry, is right at the turning point. So once we have this curve looking like this, the turning point, we realize that the line of symmetry will be right at the turning point, and because it is going to divide the curve in two identical parts, there's the left hand side and the right hand side, the equation or the line of symmetry is perpendicular to the x-axis, parallel to the y-axis, and of course you can see that along this line x is equals to 1. So the line of symmetry is x is equals to 1, which is actually rhyming with the x coordinates of the turning point. And that is just like it. Let us meet in the next video. Thank you.